Rows of 2, they work off of turn number 4, waiting for the green flag. The official green flag here tonight. Here they come out of turn number 4. We're green flag racing. Randy Green out to the number 1 spot. Tyler McKee in trouble. Car does not fire as they race down the back straightaway. Frank Venezia quickly moves into spot number 2. Here comes the Hurricane Shane Jablonka back in spot number 4. They'll take a peek down to the inside of Kyle Ciccio. Tommy Vi, the man on the bubble right now, to run lap number 1. He'll sit in spot number 5. Jablonka now gets by Ciccio, lap number 1 in the book. 7 times to go. Venezia now your new race leader. Randy Green still sitting back there in spot number 2. Jablonka sits 3rd. Ciccio, Tommy Vi doing battle right now for spots 4 and 5. 5 cars do qualify in this 8-lap heat race action. We work off of turn number 4. Honeypot now moves into the number 4 spot. Of course, the old Pro Stock stand down the Electric Snake 32 car. He's making moves now towards the front of the field. Kyle Ciccio may be the man on the bubble right now as Tyler McKee back there in spot number 6. Frank Venezia starting to walk away from the field right now. The Pocket Rocket feeling the pressure from the Hurricane. Shane Jablonka on the Rock Fantasy number 44 X car down to the inside and look for spot number 2. Jablonka now moves into the runner-up spot. That puts Randy Green back to spot number 3. A little bit of a push on Honeypot's car. That's going to open up the door for Kyle Ciccio. Here comes Tyler McKee. The car is finally firing on all 8 cylinders. Halfway sign coming out this time by, halfway down, halfway home. There's Venezia out in his own zip code right now. Jablonka going to try and reel him in. Green still 3rd. 4th is still Tommy Vi. And 5th right now, the man on the bubble, Kyle Ciccio. Tyler McKee starting to make tracks towards that number 5 spot. Green, 5 laps in the books right now as everybody goes to tail, Talladega style down the front straightaway. Tommy Vi getting through turns 1 and 2, much better that time by as he heads down the backstretch. Venezia, he'll see the popsicle sticks this time by. 2 more laps to go right now for heat race number 1. For the Andrea Excavating 27D car, Frank Venezia. Jablonka still back there in spot number 2. Randy Green still sitting in 3rd. 4th right now is still Tommy Vi. He comes close to the concrete wall off of turn number 2, and Vi now out of shape. That may open up the door for Kyle Ciccio. White flag set to fly. Tommy Vi trying to hang on to another qualified spot, be the 2nd week in a row. Venezia takes the white flag. Vi's got it under control right now down the front straightaway. Shane Jablonka still back there in spot number 2. Keep an eye on Tyler McKee in the 19 car. Checker flag set to fly. Here they come out of turn number 4. Heat race number 1 will go to Kyle Ciccio. 2nd spot will be the Hurricane Shane Jablonka. 3rd spot will go to the Pocket Rocket Randy Green. And transponders stand by. Spot number 4, it'll be Honeypot Tommy Vi. Kyle Ciccio will be your 5th and final qualifier. As they get set to go green flag racing. Kurt Hunderland, Matt Hitchcock. Of course, no relation to Alfred. They get set to go green flag racing. Here they come out of turn number 4. And the initial start zone, the green flag race. Spellman gives Hitchcock a little love tap down in turn number 1. He'll push him along, and that may have hurt him. Spellman now falls back to spot number 5. 3 cars now battle for the number 3 spot. They go down the back straightaway. Janiak, Doty, and Spellman. Top 5 cars do move on to tonight's feature event. Kurt Hunderland up to the outside right now, still hangs on to spot number 2. Matt Hitchcock still your race leader. Spellman a little bit out of shape. Johnny Smickle watching it all unfold in front of him. Top 5 cars now starting to check out as the top 4 cars still all nose to tail. Matt Hitchcock now with about a 5-car length. Make that 6. Nope, 7. Nope, 8. 8-car length lead right now for Matt Hitchcock as he works off at turn number 4. Down to the inside, it's crazy. Matt Janiak from the project to broke up that fight while holding a baby. Moves into spot number 2 with the Fender Kickstone 17J car. Hunderland up to the outside, trying to make that outside groove move. There's a little bit of contact down the back straightaway. They go rub rail to rub rail. Doty now moves into spot number 4. Hunderland still up to the outside. He'll go to the wild side of things. Chop back down to the inside. 3 wide off at turn number 4. Spellman and Doty still battling right now for spot number 5. As 5 cars battle to get into the night's DIRTcar Sportsman feature event. Of course, I do believe it's 20 laps the distance. Spellman wins the battle. He'll go racing after Kurt Hunderlin. Halfway sign coming out this time by, halfway down, halfway home. It is still Matt Hitchcock up there in the number 1 spot. Maniac back at spot number 2. Here comes Spellman now down to the inside of Kurt Hunderlin. Bottom dwelling down there in turns 1 and 2. The Mike Sparta Trucking 28 car, Jimmy Spellman, still sitting back there in spot number 4. 5th right now, the man on the bubble, that's the 71D car of Odie Doty, Frank Doty. Time winding down right now. Sounds like Matt Janiak hitting the chip. He heads down to turn number 1. Here comes Spellman again down the inside. Hunterlin will shut the door on him as they race down the back straightaway. Now Spellman will try the outside down in turn number 3. This is the battle for spots 3 and 4. 2 laps to go this time by. 2 times around. The popsicle sticks around. A big lead right now for Matt Hitchcock. Spellman still trying to find a way around Kurt Hunderlin. Hunderlin again fast off of turn number 2. Doty back there in spot number 5. Now they make contact down the back straightaway. Spellman into the loose stuff. He'll hang on to the number 3 spot as they head down into turn number 3. Hunderlin up to the outside, doing a great job of that 47 car. Sponsored by the right rear pocket here in 2012. White flag flies. Spellman finally wins the battle, moves into spot number 3. Matt Hitchcock will see the checkered flag as he works off at turn number 4. Now Doty on the outside of Hunderlin. He'll move into spot number 4 down at turn number 3. Checkered flag will fly. It'll go to Matt Hitchcock. 2nd spot will be Matt Janiak. 3rd spot, Jimmy Spellman. 4th now will be the VFL 8 number 71D car of Frank Doty and Kurt Hunderlin. Doing a great job back there in spot number 5. Top 5 cars move on to tonight's feature event. RJ Smith, the racing realtor. Beautiful. Number 4 RJ car. On the outside of him, of course, is Danny Kronk in the K3 machine. They get set to go green flag racing in the rows of 2 here. They come off at turn number 4, and the green flag will fly. RJ Smith quickly jumps out to the number 1 spot. Here comes Gary Edwards Jr. to the outside. The Ken LeBoss Trucking 21 Jr. 3 cars get together. They bounce it off the concrete wall. They keep it clean and green down the back straightaway. Tyler Dipple moves into the number 3 spot. The 15-year-old sensation. A single feature win up the Accord Speedway just last season. And now contact between Kronk and Edwards. Edwards now moves into spot number 4. 5th right now is Danny Kronk, and keep an eye on Christian Rumsey out there in the Johnson's Toyota number 1 car. Mark Bishop bouncing it off the concrete wall there in turn number 2 with the Dover Brake 00 car. But it is still the racing realtor, RJ Smith. Here comes Edwards again, leads on Tyler Dipple. They head off to turn number 4. Edwards in the Ken LeBoss Trucking 21 Jr., defending track champion here for the DIRTcar Sportsman division, and also current point leader. So they race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 right now. Gary Edwards Jr. sits 3rd. RJ Smith up there on the number 1 spot. Down to the inside, Chris Stevens. Maybe problems for RJ Smith. The car shuts off. Off at turn number 4, he's up to the outside. Now settles back into spot number 3. Maybe jumped out of gear. Tough break right now for RJ Smith. Chris Stevens inherits the number 1 spot. Gary Edwards Jr. now back there in spot number 2. Smith again up to the outside. He'll lose the number 3 spot to Tyler Dipple. Smith definitely having problems aboard the arthritis enforcement car number 4 RJ. Danny Kronk down the, hard contact, and we may see the yellow lights. Smith still running down the back straightaway. He'll take that car pit side. Hard contact between himself and Danny Kronk. Stevens still your race leader. Edwards still 2nd. Dipple is 3rd. 4th is Rumsey, and 5th now Danny Kronk, but keep an eye on the 96 car. That is Kenny Boniface Jr., multi-feature winner here at the Orange County First Speedway. 2 laps to go this time by, a very exciting heat race number 3 here for the DIRTcar Sportsman. Edwards has now reeled in the Hudson Valley paving car number 83 of Chris Stevens. Keep an eye on Gary Edwards Jr. down the back straightaway, gets the door shut on him. Tyler Dipple still sits back in spot number 3, 15-year-old sensation. And of course, Christian Rumsey, also a rookie here in 2012. White flag set to fly. Stevens still in the number 1 spot. Edwards will dive it down to the inside looking for an opening, and he may have it. They're side by side, and Stevens stays on the loud pedal first as he heads down the back straightaway. Chris Stevens still your race leader. Final turns, final time. Here they come off at turn number 4. Checker flag getting set to fly for heat race number 3 for the DIRTcar Sportsman. It'll go to Chris Stevens. And Rayon A through Z Landscaping 83 car. Edwards second, third will be Tyler Dimble, fourth Christian Rumsey, and your 5th and final qualifier, the K3 of Danny Cronk. Pace starting to pick up down there in turn number 3. The driver's already got the white flag, 1 to go. Of course, they are going to get the green flag this time by 8 laps the distance. 5 cars to qualify. Here they come out of turn number 4, getting set for the green flag. Eddie Burgess, Joe Barbagallo, Escape RV. Here we come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1, they're still side by side. Boniface maybe in trouble up against the concrete wall. What a save for the Pine Bush, New York native Tyler Boniface. Kept it out of harm's way, almost went for a wild ride. Barbagallo still leads the way now as they work off at turn number 4. Back there in spot number 2, Burgess gets a little bit up the door for Anthony Perrego. One handstand, Stan Jablonka up on the outside right now as he hangs on, and trouble for the 36 machine. That is Cliff Fitzgerald. Almost puts that car into the concrete barrier. Apparently the right front was a little hungry, looking to feed it some concrete. They hang on to the number 1 spot, Joey Barbagallo. Here comes Perrego. Now sees daylight on the outside, and he'll tuck it back down to the inside. Perrego, multi-feature winner at the Accord Speedway up in Accord, New York, hangs on to the number 2 spot. Eddie Burgess still back there in spot number 3. Mike Skelly sitting back in spot number 4, and it's one handstand. Stan Jablonka back in spot number 5. Battle is on right now. Tyler Boniface brings damage for a win battle number 4. Boniface with that mishap there on lap number 1. Here comes Skelly down to the inside of Burgess. Burgess still having handling problems with that 2X car as they head down the back straightaway. Perrego, Kid Giddeyup on the outside again at Joe Barbagallo. In the Tri-State Roofing number 10 car, Barbagallo down to the inside. Perrego up to the top side. He'll look for the number 1 spot this time by halfway home to a checker flag. Here comes Perrego way up to the outside. He's looking for spot number 1 down the back straightaway. He'll take it this time by. Anthony Perrego throws it in there as hard as he can, takes over the number 1 spot. Barbagallo still second. Mike Skelly still back there in spot number 3. 4th right now is one handstand, Jablonka, and 5th, struggling in 5th right now, is the DNA Concrete car number 2X of Eddie Burgess. Burgess doing all he can to hang on to a qualifying spot, but he's got to look in the rearview mirror. Well, he doesn't have one because it's Tyler Boniface. Wayne Daventoy shuts it off down the front straightaway. George Begg, also out there in the 84 machine, he's packing the top side for us. 2 laps to go this time by for Team Media. Tyler Boniface and the down forestry service car number 69 starting to reel in Eddie Burgess. Skelly starting to put pressure on Barbagallo down the back straightaway. White flag getting set to fly this time by Anthony Perrego. Leads the way. Right now the battle is on. Skelly down to the inside. Skelly, Barbagallo are hooked together over there in turn number 2. We're going to see the yellow flag. Check it out, maybe not. Checker flag set to fly. Going to be checkered and yellow. Perrego gets the win. Second spot will be Stan Jablonka. 3rd Burgess. 4th will be Tyler Boniface.
Swindell and Kinzer to the stripe in turn 1. Swindell down low grabs the early lead. Running second and Steve Kinzer. Kerry Madsen in 3rd. Logan Schuhart 4th. Side by side for 5th. Now give it to Chad Kemanaugh on the inside of David Gravel. Gravel in the 6th spot as they work their way down the backstretch. Schuhart a little crossed up entering turn 3. Opens up the low side of the speedway for Chad. Schuhart to the very bottom of the racetrack in turn 1, but can't do anything with the Madman. Schuhart gets a good run out of turn 2. He'll now try to pull to the inside, but nothing doing down the backstretch. Now entering turn 3, Schuhart again down low. Logan Schuhart and Kerry Madsen racing for 3rd, the best battle. the low 19-second bracket. Schuhart once again closing in on Kerry Madsen. Down the back straightaway, takes a look to the inside in turn 3, can't make the move. Schuhart makes the move down low in turn 1. Schuhart pulling away from Madsen now and closing in on the race leaders. This time by halfway home, 4 laps complete, 4 laps remaining. Who slides up high in turn 1. Madsen cannot make the pass. Running in the 7th spot, it's Bill Rose, Robbie Stillwagon running 8th, and Davey Franick in 9th. Now stretching out the lead. Schuhart can't in half. Top 3 really pulling away from the rest of the field now. 2 to go. Signal being Shelby. Logan Schuhart. 1. His best 9.56. White flag set to wave 5/8 of a mile. Command firmly into turn 1. Can't do anything with the 20-time Outlaws. Down the back stretch for the final time. Checkered flag ready to wave. It'll be Sammy Swindell getting the lead. Schuhart in 3rd. 4th will go to Kerry Madsen. 6 more drivers to qualify for the main event. First and second place finishers again into the dash later on this evening. Very slow pace set by Jack Hodenshield and Craig Kinzer. Green flag. Craig Kinzer on the high side. Hodenshield grabs the lead. On the move, the 5B of Justin Barger. Barger to the inside of Craig Delansky. Now to the inside of Darren Pittman. Pittman and Barger side by side for 3rd into turn 3. Darren Pittman takes advantage. Now Craig Kinzer to the top in turn 3 and 4, looking to make the move around the outside of Jack Hodenshield. Again trying to make the top of the racetrack work. Jack Hodenshield in the lead. Craig Kinzer right there in 2nd. Now on the move, the big game tree stands number 7 of Craig Delansky. Delansky around the outside of Justin Barger. Now Craig Kinzer again to the outside of Jack Hodenshield out of turn 4. This time the move. 4th in 5th, it's Justin Barger. Joey Saldana holding the 6th and final transfer position, followed by Fred Raymer, Jessica Zemken, and Randy West. On the high side in turns 1, 2, and getting a run on the 27 of Darren Pittman. Pittman to the bottom in turn 3. Craig Delansky drifts out high. Now, Delansky once again on the outside of Darren Pittman out of turn 2, but cannot make the pass. Just not quite enough room out there as Pittman drifts high, exiting the corner. Best battle on the speedway. Now takes a peek to the inside. Delansky to the inside of Pittman, entering turn 3. Pittman says no. Now, 2 laps to go. Here's all Craig Kinzer. Craig Delansky not giving up on the top of the racetrack. In turn 3, a little faster in 3 and 4. White flag set to win. HendrickCars.com. Pittman once again holding off the Delansky around the outside of Darren Pittman. spot. Third, Gould Kelly. Second, Frank Cozze. Finishing up. McMahon and Shane Stewart side by side out of turn 4 and down to the green flag. Paul McMahon leads into turn 1. Shane Stewart running second. Cody Darragh in the third spot, being challenged down low by the 33 of Danny Lasowski. Lasowski gets a run on Darragh. Darragh holds him off at the end of the backstretch. They enter turn 3. Donnie Schatz's trying to be there as a part of that battle as well. Lasowski to the inside of Darragh, fighting for the third spot. Darragh crossed up, entering turn 1, gathers it back in. Lasowski could not capitalize. Top 6 in transfer spots: Paul McMahon, Shane Stewart, Cody Darragh, Danny Lasowski, Donnie Schatz, and Lucas Wolf. Just 2 laps in the books and 6 laps remaining. McMahon turning laps in the low 19-second bracket, fastest we have seen here in heat race number 3. No change in the running order as they make their way off the bottom in turn 2. Paul McMahon's lead now nearly 2 seconds over Shane Stewart at the halfway point. Heat race. More than 2 seconds now, the advantage for car number 13. Frank Cozze in 8th and Scott Flammer running 9th. Winning our third World Outlaws heat race.
Well, they'll throw the white flag this time by to let the drivers know we are going to go green flag racing in the initial start zone over here in turn number 4. Tyler McKee. On the outside of him, I do believe that is going to be Ken Boniface Jr. The field has been shuffled around a little bit. Some of the guys opting to go to the back of the pack. Caution light has been turned out around the speedway. Tyler McKee, Ken Boniface Jr., that's your front row. Mark Bishop, Mike Skelly. Here they come at a turn number 4, the last chance to get to the big dance. We go green flag racing. 4 cars to qualify. Keep an eye on Brian Crummell, picks up 4 spots right at the drop of the green. McKee loses the number 1 spot down the back straightaway to Ken Boniface Jr. Skelly back there in spot number 3. Here comes Crummell now. He'll go battling with Mark Bishop back there in spot number 4. Only 4 cars will transfer to tonight's feature event. Davenport up against the concrete walls. They work down the front straightaway, and now Crummell in a qualified spot. It's Boniface still in the number 1 spot. McKee back there in spot number 2. Skelly sits 3rd right now, and BK Speed back there in spot number 4. 5th is Bishop, 6th is Eubanks, 7th right now is Bode. 8th spot is, well, makes 7th spot right now. Give that to Joe Barbagallo as Bove right now loses another spot to R.J. Smith. Boniface still your race leader down the back straightaway. 2 laps are in the books, just 6 laps to go right now for this final consolation race here for the DIRTcar Sportsman. Brian Crummell quickly made his way into the number 4 spot in less than 2 laps. Last week's feature winner in the Superior Remodeling number 44 car. He'll put the pressure right now on Skelly as they work down through turns 1 and 2. Nose to tail, Talladega style, down the back straightaway. Nobody really stepping out of line. Crummell takes a peek again down to the inside. We're going to see the halfway sign this time by. Halfway down, halfway home. Crummell still hangs on to spot number 4. Boniface still your leader. McKee sitting back there in spot number 2. That's Tyler. Here comes Skelly down to the inside. McKee washes up the speedway, shuts the door on Skelly. Skelly now sits back there in spot number 3. Crummell now up to the outside. He'll try and make a move for spot number 3. 3 cars dance for the number 2 spot. McKee may be in trouble. Skelly down to the inside. He'll take over spot number 2. Crummell now up to the outside of Tyler McKee. McKee trying to hold on with everything he's got. After a wild ride a few short weeks ago with R.J. Smikla, McKee may be in trouble on the back straightaway. Crummell moves to 3rd. Popsicle sticks are coming out this time by 2 more times around right now for the Ken's Vlogging 96 car out of Pine Bush, New York. Ken Boniface Jr. Mike Skelly out of North Branch, New York. The North Branch Welding 72 machine sits back there in spot number 2. 3rd right now in the Rayon 8 through Z Trucking number 44 car. That is BK Speed, Brian Crummell. 4th, second-generation driver, Tyler McKee. White flag flies. The battle is on for spot number 1. Here comes Skelly down to the inside. Throw Brian Crummell into the mix. Skelly cannot make that bottom groove work to his liking down the back straightaway. Tucks it in behind Boniface. Keep an eye on the battle for spot number 1 as they work off at turn number 4. Checkered flag set to fly. Transponders stand by. We're going to go side by side racing for the number 1 spot. It'll go to Kenny Boniface. 2nd spot will be Skelly. 3rd spot, Crummell. And your 4th and final qualifier for tonight's 20-lap DIRTcar Sportsman feature event, the 19 machine second-generation driver, Tyler McKee. Well, that'll do it for all of the qualifying races for the DIRTcar Sportsman. We'll turn
1983 to 1993, the last time he was in victory lane. Green flag is waving on the dash. They'll drag their side by side into turn 1. Who will get there first? Craig Kinzer down low. Steve Kinzer up high. Steve Kinzer leads out of turn 2. Craig Kinzer running in the 2nd spot. In 3rd, it's Kerry Matson. Cody Dara in 4th. Craig Delansky in 5th. Sammy Swindell from 8th, already up to 6th and challenging Delansky for 5th. Down low on a turn 4. 3 wide down the front straightaway. Craig Delansky and Sammy Swindell, and Schuhart gets the better of Swindell entering turn 1. Logan Schuhart, the high school senior, making his first appearance at the Orange County Fair Speedway. He was the fast qualifier. He started 6th and now up to challenge Craig Delansky and the fourth, Cody Dara, with Steve shutting away 2 laps into this 6th lap down. Schuhart to the inside of Delansky. Logan Schuhart makes the pass, now comes after Dara down low in turn 2. Logan Schuhart on the move in the 1S. All-star winner a few weeks back at the Williams Grove Speedway. 3 laps complete, and it is all Steve Kinzer out in front of the dash in the back. First jump number 11. Schuhart meanwhile stalking Dara down the front straight. Dara and Schuhart both dive to the bottom of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Craig Delansky trying to get the spot back up high. Delansky closing in on Schuhart now. Delansky made the high side work in the heat race. Can he do it again in the dash? Drives around the outside of Schuhart in 3 and 4. Delansky coming after Schuhart up top, but can't make the pass. Schuhart to the inside of Dara down the front straightaway. Great car battle into turns 1 and 2. Schuhart, Dara, and Delansky nearly 3 wide on a turn 2. White flag about to wait for Steve Kinzer. Kinzer all alone out in front of the field. Now Delansky around the outside of Schuhart once again in turn 4. They'll go side by side down the front. The crowd pleaser takes the position. Delansky not done there to the outside of Dara in turns 1 and 2. Craig Delansky looking to pick up 2 spots in the final lap. Meanwhile, Craig Kinzer closing in on Steve Kinzer, but running out of time. Steve Kinzer is on the pole. He wins tonight's dash. Craig Kinzer finishes in the 2nd spot. In 3rd, it'll be Kerry Matson at the line. Cody Dara holds off Craig Delansky. Cozze on on the inside. Cozze, two-time Eastern States winner in the big block modifieds, turned his attention full-time to sprint car racing last year. And on the outside of row number 2, it's the number 6 of Bill Rose. 1Z Jessica Zemken, 25 Miguel Perrant in row 3, 89 Robbie Stillwagon, 56 Randy West, and the 37 of Scott Flammer. Country Chevrolet pace car about to exit the racing surface. Green flag. Side into turn 1. Davey Frank down low. Fred Raymer up high. Raymer gets to the bottom in turn 2. Frank drifts a little high. Frank leads down the backstretch with Fred Raymer right behind him. Bill Rose currently in the 3rd spot. Miguel Perrant running 4th. Frank Cozze in the 5th spot momentarily. Cozze finds himself in the 6th and final transfer position as they work on lap number 2 of 8. Davey Frank now pulling away just a bit from Fred Raymer. Frank works the top of the speedway out of turn 4. Davey Frank, Fred Raymer, Bill Rose, Miguel Perrant, in the transfer positions. Robbie Stillwagon on the outside looking in car number 89. Scott Flammer now moving in on the 56 of Randy West. Flammer makes the pass down the back straightaway. That is the battle for 8th as they cross the line. Meanwhile, Davey Frank continues to show the way in car number 28. 4 laps to go in the last chance showdown. Lead for Davey Frank, 1.43 seconds over Bill Raymer. Seeing lap time turning the upper 19-second bracket. No change among the top 6 drivers in the transfer spots. Jessica Zemken closing in just a bit. Miguel Perrant out of turn 4. Zemken and Perrant will race together down the front stretch. Zemken takes the peak to the high side in turn 2, but can't gain any traction up there. Perrant pulls away by 6 car lengths down the backstretch. Speedway at the moment, that battle for 4th. Perrant will pull away down the backstretch once again. White flag sets away. Davey Frank out in front of the last chance showdown. Frank paces Fred Raymer down the backstretch. Rides the high side into turn 3 and out of turn 4. Davey Frank will pick up the win in the last chance showdown with Fred Raymer finishing in the 2nd spot. Coming home in the 3rd position, it will be Bill Rose in 4th. Miguel Perrant in 5th, Jessica Zemken and Frank Cozze with that final transfer position.
County Fair Speedway, show them some love, backstretch drive-in. 20 laps of DIRTcar Sportsman feature event here on the night of the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series. Well, I'd like to thank all 12 of you for participating. Caution light has been turned out around the speedway. We get set to go. Green flag racing. Frank Venezia, Matt Hitchcock. 24 cars to start this 20-lap feature event in rows of 2. They work over there in turn number 4 in the original start zone. They get the green flag. We are racing. Well, they'll shuffle them out right now as they head down through turns number 1 and 2. Hitchcock out to the number 1 spot, and it's Frank Venezia back there in spot number 2. Then Kid Giddeyup, Anthony Perrego, looking to pick up yet another feature win here in 2012 as they work off at turn number 4. Perrego now moves into the number 2 spot. We stay clean and green. Lap number 1 is in the books. I do believe that's a new record here for 2012. Brian Crummell already starting to make his way towards the front of the field. Gary Edwards Jr. just outside the top 5, right behind the 44 of One Hand Stand. Stan Jablonka make that Shane Jablonka. Jablonka now sitting third. Fourth is Venezia. Fifth right now is Matt Janiak. Edwards sits back in spot number 6. Chris Stevens is 7. 8th is now Stan Jablonka. 9th, Jimmy Spellman, number 3 man in points. And rounding out the top 10, the Pocket Rocket, Randy Green. Battle for the number 1 spot now taking place. Here comes Kid Giddy Up, Anthony Parego down to the inside with Matt Hitchcock. They'll battle for the number 1 spot. Parego takes over spot number 1. Jablonka looking to do the same. The Hurricane, Shane Jablonka looking for spot number 2 down the back straightaway. Venezia still hanging on to spot number 4, watching it all unfold, and Parego looking for win number 3 here in 2012 in just a few short weeks. He sits just inside the top 5 in points right now. Parego is your number 5 man in points with 1 feature win, looking for win number 2. The battle is still on for spot number 2. It's Shane Jablonka in the Rock Fantasy 44X car. Down to the inside, Jablonka looks for the runner-up spot. Hitchcock now settles back into spot number 3. Shane Jablonka now takes over spot number 2. Keep an eye on Frank Venezia. Hitchcock may be having problems aboard that 33 car. As Frank Venezia also putting the pressure on him down the back straightaway in turn number 3. Venezia now moves by Hitchcock. He'll take over the 3rd spot. Hitchcock settles back into spot number 4. Here comes the Ken LeBoff Trucking 21 Junior car. Gary Edwards Jr. side by side down the back straightaway. 6 laps are in the books. And Edwards now sitting in spot number 5. PK Speed, Brian Crummell still trying to work his way through the pack right now. Started way back in spot number 22. Sits just outside the top 10. Sitting 11th right now is Brian Crummell. He is your current point leader. Jimmy Spellman is the man sitting in the 10th spot. He is 3rd in points right now. So the point chase really starting to pick up as Gary Edwards would move to the number 1 spot if they were to finish this way. Parego still your race leader down the back straightaway. Jablonka sits 2nd. 3rd is Frank Venezia. 4th right now, Gary Edwards Jr. And 5th, Matt Janiak in the Quaker Creek score, car number 17J. Just a few short laps away from being halfway home here for this 20-lap feature event. And Parego started back in the 4th position and very quickly moved into the number 1 spot as he wrestled that lead away from Matt Hitchcock. Hitchcock still falling back through the field right now. And a yellow flag will fly. Apparently some trouble maybe down in turn number 1. Christian Rumsey in trouble. Business is about to pick up for the number 1 spot. Shane Jablonka will have a shot at young Anthony Parego. Kid Giddy Up is the statesman. Jerry must fire first. He is the current race leader right now. Then, of course, the Jablonka excavating 44 car. Shane Jablonka. Frank Venezia sitting 3rd right now. Gary Edwards Jr. is 4th. And the 5th spot, Matt Janiak in the Quaker Creek Store 17J car. Here comes Christian Rumsey back out onto the speedway. Caution light has been turned out. We get set to go back to green flag racing. 1 lap away from being halfway home. In the restart zone, we're going to get the green flag, and we are back to racing. Parego up there in the number 1 spot. Sitting back there in spot number 2 is Jablonka. 3, 4 wide down the front straightaway as they battle, trying to race into the top 10 this time by. Keep an eye on the Boniface boys. They're still 3 wide over there in turn number 2. Kyle Sissio slicing and dicing his way up past the Boniface boys down the back straightaway. Tyler Dipple. Well, he's going to be the loser on the end of that one. We get the halfway sign this time by. Halfway down, halfway home to a checkered flag for Anthony Parego. Up there in the number 1 spot. Jablonka sits 2nd. Edwards now 3rd. Oh, big trouble down in turn number 1. We're going to stack them up. We'll see the yellow lights. Tyler McKee, Danny Kronk. Matt Janiak still sitting in spot number 5. We get set to go back to green flag racing in the restart zone. We'll see the green flag. Here they come out of turn number 4. Perego gets the jump on Jablonka. Here comes Edwards down to the inside. 3 wide again down the front straightaway. Edwards looking for that number 2 spot as he heads off at turn number 2. He'll wrestle it away from Shane Jablonka as they head down the backstretch. Jablonka, Edwards, the hot spot on the speedway for spot number 2. Edwards not letting it go. He's got the inside line. Jablonka up on the outside right now. Janiak moves into spot number 4. Sitting 5th right now is Frank Venezia. Perego up there in the number 1 spot with about a 4-car length lead as he heads off at turn number 2. Jimmy Spellman down to the inside right now. Tyler Boniface trying to break his way into the top 10. And trouble! Turn number 2. Looks as if we've got Christian Rumsey around again. The yellow lights will fly. Turned out around the speedway. We are going to try this one again. 11 laps in the books, 9 laps to go in the restart zone. Kid Giddy-Up's on the loud pedal. They go green flag racing. Here they come at a turn number 4. Perego still up there in the number 1 spot. Jablonka now puts the pressure on. Down to the inside, looking for that number 1 position. Can't make the car stick. Opens up the door for Gary Edwards Jr. Matt Janiak back there in spot number 4. Here comes, oh, we got bumping and banging going on the back straightaway. They all keep it clean and green down the backstretch. Problems for Tyler McKee again aboard the 19T car. He'll go pit side. Here comes Gary Edwards Jr. down to the inside. And we've got one stuck in the pit gate down there in turn number 3. Hard impact. Here comes Tyler Boniface back out onto the speedway. We get set to go back to green flag racing in the restart zone. Perego up there in the number 1 spot, and we may have trouble off at turn number 4. Oh, big trouble! So right after this feature event, the winner will pull the 50-50 tickets. And then we will get an interview with them later on. Here they come at a turn number 4, back to green flag racing. Going to try this one all over again. Perego again wins the jump off the start. Gary Edwards Jr. still back there in spot number 2. Here comes Kenny Boniface. Boniface also started back in spot number 21, just inside the top 10 right now. Still Skelly races his way just outside the top 5 out of North Branch, New York in the North Branch Welding 72 car. Boniface now up to the outside looking to get around Chris Stevens as they head down the back straightaway. Boniface on the move right now. Ken Boniface Jr. But it's still young Anthony Perego up there in the number 1 spot. Gary Edwards Jr. still back there in spot number 2. James Jablonka sits 3rd. 4th is Matt Hitchcock. 5th, Matt Janiak. The battle is on for spot number 6. Kenny Boniface along with Chris Stevens. Boniface up to the outside. He'll move into spot number 6. Janiak moves back to 7th. Sitting 8th right now, Jimmy Spellman. The Mike Sparta Trucking number 28 car. 9th is Mike Skelly, and 10th, Frank Venezia. A nice recovery for the 27B car. Boniface up to the outside. Spellman sits back there in spot number 8. 9. One of those. Four laps to go right now. Eddie Burgess also back out on the speedway. Anthony Perego is your leader. Gary Edwards Jr. back there in spot number 2. Spellman and Boniface, they'll battle down the back straightaway just outside the top 5. Family Portrait. And trouble off of turn number 4. He was your number 2 man in points. Gary Edwards Jr. breaks in the Kemlaboss Trucking number 21 car. That's going to shuffle things up big time here for the number 1 spot in the points chase. Jimmy Spellman came into tonight's action third in points, just 26 points out of the number 1 spot. He may leave here tonight with the point lead. Perego still second. Jablonka sits third. Jablonka now moves into the number 2 spot. Third now, Matt Hitchcock. Fourth is Matt Janiak. Fifth right now is white flag set to fly. One more time around for the number 18 machine of Anthony Perego. Checkered flag getting set to fly. Ladies and gentlemen, on a night in the world of Outlaws, touchdown here in Orange County, your DIRTcar Sportsman feature event winner, Kid Giddy Up, Anthony Perego. Second spot, Shane Jablonka. Third spot will go to Matt Hitchcock. Fourth, Matt Janiak. And rounding out the top 5, Chris Stevens and Jimmy Spellman. Maybe the big winner in this one comes home in spot number 6.
Back in the side-by-side formation now. And the 1 to go signal about to be shown to the field. Steve Kinzer on the pole, his son Craig on the outside of the front row. The 29 of Kerry Matson, the 4 of Cody Downer in row 2. 7, Craig Delansky, and the 1S of Logan Schuhart in row 3. The 5 of Jack Cottonfield, the 1 of Sammy Swindell in row 4. The 21 of Shane Stewart, the 13 of Paul McMahon in row 5. Then Darren Pittman and Danny Lasowski in row 6. David Gravel and Joey Saldana in row 7. Donnie Schatz and Chad Kemenoff from row 8. Justin Barger and Lucas Wolf in row 9. Davey Franek and Fred Raymer in row 10. Then Bill Rose, Mikhail Perrant, Jessica Zemken, and Frank Cozze. The Kinzer family, side by side, slowly into turn 4. They reach the stripe and the green flag waves. Main event action underway. Craig Kinzer running in the second spot. Cody Downer up to third. Kerry Matson fourth, and Craig Delansky fifth as they exit turn 2. Now Delansky coming after Matson on the inside, down the back straightaway. They'll go wheel to wheel into turn 3. Matson gets the better of that duel. Drifts a little high in turn 4. Delansky trying to fight back down to the bottom of the speedway. Logan Schuhart in 6th, Sammy Swindell 7th, Shane Stewart in 8th, Paul McMahon 9th, and in 10th, Jack Cottonfield. Field rumbling through turns 1 and 2. Davey Franek a little out of shape. That allows Jessica Zemken to slide by. Steve Kinzer, the only driver to cut a lap in the 19-second bracket, and as soon as I say that, Craig Kinzer joins him in the 19-second bracket. Logan Schuhart to the inside in turn 22. Gets on the 29. Logan Schuhart now moves into the top 5. Schuhart up to 5th. Matson trying to come back out and down low in turns 3 and 4. Over Craig. Got his first goal run of the season last Saturday night at the Williams Grove Speedway, trying to make it 2 Saturdays in a row. Kinzer slowly wheeling in the slower cars in the back of the field. He can down number 5 and 25, and Logan Schuhart gaining ground on the 7 and Craig Delansky. Schuhart walking out of turn 2. And Craig Kinzer has gained ground on speed. They are nose to tail through turns 1 and 2. The family fighting it out in front of the field. Some 3 seconds in front of turn 1 straight. Cody Downer. Kinzer running the race down the 3 and 4. Craig Kinzer on the bottom. Traffic about the time to play. the front of the field. Davey Frank now right in front of the 20-time Outlaw champion. Kinzer cannot squeeze by down low out of turn 2. Working lap 10 of 25. Steve Kinzer and Frank Cozze battling into the traffic. Steve Kinzer around the outside of Davey Frank out of turn 4. Can he make the pass there? No, and Frank Cozze moves to the inside. Frank Cozze nearly took the lead from Steve. Steve got back to the bottom in turn 1. Meanwhile, Cody Garrett and Logan Schuhart closing in on the leaders. Top 4 now nearly nose to tail in the traffic down the front stretch. Not gotten by the close lead up with Davey Frank. Frank drifts a little high, entering turn 1, gets back down to the bottom of the speedway. Kinzer cannot make the pass, and now Garrett and Schuhart quickly closing in. This time by 12 laps complete in this 25-lap race. Steve Kinzer finally gets by the slower car of Davey Frank, now really puts the distance. Next second brings Frank Cozze. Cody Garrett running third, Logan Schuhart in fourth, and Craig Delansky fifth. 17 speed race. Daniel Sosky 13, David Crowley 14, Jimmy Fowler in 15, 16, it's Justin Barger. 13 laps down, 12 to go. Frank Cozze gets by Davey Frank and now begins to close the distance between himself and one more time. Next driver to lead is Willie Collins will be the stick of Bill Rose. Rose dives up to the bottom, entering turn 1. Cody Garrett gets by Davey Frank. Now Logan Schuhart trying to put it down as well on turn 2. Schuhart makes the turn back straight away. Frank Kinzer once again right on Kinzer's back bumper. 10 laps to go. Craig Kinzer down the back stretch. Closing the distance. And the slower car Bill Rose right in front of Rose. It's the 25 and the help from on and his nosing sideways on that car. Rose can't get close enough to try to make a pass. Craig Kinzer stays right with Kinzer down the back stretch into turn 3. And once again, as they reel in slower traffic, Cody Garrett and Logan Schuhart begin to close. This time, the main event. Craig Kinzer, Cody Garrett, Logan Schuhart. Then the lap car of Davey Frank, followed by fifth place running Craig Delansky. Figure out a way to find his father and turns to get the slower car to the road. Turns to the bottom of turn 2, can't do anything with Rose. Meanwhile, Steve Kinzer looking for not only the World of Outlaws main event win, but looking to take over the World of Outlaws here tonight at the Orange County Speedway. 5 laps to go. Steve Kinzer, Craig Kinzer, Cody Garrett, Logan Schuhart nose to tail in traffic out of turn 2. Steve away by the number 6 car. We've got a car slowing on the top side of turn 3 and 4. Caution flag waving. It's the 5 of Jack Hodenshield. Hodenshield slow on the top in turns 3 and 4. To roll into the infield. Again, Steve Kinzer can fire first anytime once he reaches the orange cone on the inside of turns 3 and 4. We go back to green. Schuhart gets on the fourth. Garrett Schuhart now in the top 3. Steve Kinzer pulling away from the field down the backstretch. Craig Kinzer running second, Logan Schuhart in third, Cody Garrett in fourth. front straightaway. It's the 51 of Fred Raymer. Raymer into the wall on the front stretch. Line of Joey Saldana headed that way. But keep in mind, we are well past the halfway point in this main event, which means no guaranteed time in that work area. The rest of the field has been doubled up. Steve Kinzer once again choosing the inside line, and the caution lights set to go out. Does not look like Raymer, Madsen, or Saldana will be allowed to rejoin the field. We'll keep you posted on that situation from down in the pits. Row 2, with Cody Dara fourth on the outside of row 2. Craig Delansky fifth inside of row 3. Sammy Swindell sixth on the outside of row 3. 4 laps to go in this main event. Kinzer back on the throttle. Kinzer leading. Craig Kinzer's going to try the outside line in turns 1 and 2. Craig Kinzer can't get the job done. Sammy Swindell gets by gets by Cody Dara, as does Craig Delansky. Sammy Swindell now up to 4th. Slowing on the outside of turns 3 and 4. Field now doubling up. Once again, Steve Kinzer choosing the inside line. .21 laps complete. Caution lights out. We'll go green between turns 3 and 4. Double file restart. Back underway. Dara now back into 3rd. Steve Kinzer, Craig Kinzer, Dara, Schuhart, and Sammy Swindell now into the top 5. Lap down. Car slowing on the outside of turn 3 and 4. Caution on the speedway. Caution on the speedway for the car stopped on the outside of turn 4. And we go back underway. Swindell by Logan Schuhart. Swindell up to 4th. Steve Kinzer, Craig Kinzer, 1 and 2 down the backstretch. Car into the wall in turn 4. 7 of Craig Delansky involved, and it looks like Steve Kinzer leading the field back to green. And a car slowing on the high side in turn 3 and 4. The caution flag will come back out. Back to green. Steve Kinzer pulling away from Craig Kinzer down the back straightaway. And the car slowing at the top of the speedway in turn 3 and 4. Caution flag will wave once again. Logan Schuhart. And we go back underway. And problems already for the 4 of Cody Dara. Cody Dara with a problem coming out of turn 4. Right here, Dara's number 4. Dara will slow to a stop in turn 2. Dara still under power. We stay green. The white flag is waved. Now the caution flag waves. So Cody Dara with a flat right rear tire, and we'll be back to green-white checkered. 1 lap remaining. 1 lap to go. And we get set to go back to green. Sammy Swindell, Craig Kinzer's right rear tire goes flat. Kinzer still under power. Looks like we'll get to finish this one. Steve Kinzer out of turn 4. Steve Kinzer gets the win, finishing second.